Antelope hunting has become one of my favorite hunts I do each year. It's truly one of the most action-filled hunts you can do. We're hunting deer and elk, and almost any big game for that matter. Your time is spent looking for the animals, and you might get 1, maybe 2 stalks a day on a very busy hunt. But since antelope hide in the wide open for the most part, finding them's not the problem. It's getting close enough to stick them with a bow. Well, the journey has begun. Well, it started about 4 o'clock this morning. Getting everything packed up and over here, and we just got through the security line on our way to Wyoming. Flying to Gillette, and then we got about an hour and a half drive to Buffalo. We're going to be basically hunting in the Buffalo area. Public land, self-guided. Should be a fun hunt. Antelope and mule deer. Stick with us. I remember this last time we were here, I was like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. We got a big bull elk down the other end too. We're gonna see if we can find the rental car. We're at the come and go. Yep. Gotta love that. Who doesn't want to come and go? I don't know. I sure do. We landed and grabbed our rental car and headed straight out to some country that I had cyber scouted. And not to my surprise, we found a good goat the first evening, and I put a stalk on him. Misjudged. I thought they were between, because I was looking at the box, and I remember them being to the left of the box, or to the right of the box rather, from that side. But so I thought they were between this pole and that pole, but turns out they were right over there. They were basically between that pole and that pole, right here in that sage, just where the yellow ends. I mean, heck, from right here, where we're standing, it's 100 yards. We would have popped over there. We would have been 80 yards. That would have been a makeable shot. Hey, first afternoon, we got into some deer. We got into some antelope. I'm happy. You know, it's public land. We're having a hard time finding access, because that's the biggest part. There's a bunch of public land, but it's all landlocked, and it's it's not like other places where I've hunted before where the landowners grant you permission to use their roads to access the public land. You can't even use their roads. It's pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of frustrating because I didn't know this coming into it. Had I known it, I would have did a little bit more research than I did. But well, we know for next time. Anyway, it's first afternoon, and we're making it happen.
Often people say to me, "Oh, you TV guys have it easy." All I can do is smile. Not many people know what goes into doing what I do. It's a lot of hard work on and off season. I spend countless hours training, preparing, and studying my sport. So I don't like leaving anything to chance. That's why I surround myself with the best companies and tools, like my Chevy Silverado. Whether I'm training for a hunt, scouting, or getting back into the deep country to chase the big boys, it's with me every step of the way. I'm John Stallone, professional hunter, and Chevy Silverado is my truck. And my home dealer is Van Chevrolet. Well, pretty much the last few years I've done this as a combination mule deer antelope hunt. And this trip I really had my heart on sticking a big mule deer, so antelope were kind of like a bonus package for me. I usually hunt the deer in the morning, hunt antelope throughout the day, and then I go back and hunt deer in the evenings. You know, so I was pretty much giving most of the stalking opportunities to Frank because he really wanted to shoot a mature antelope. He was more after antelope than I was. And a couple of years ago, he had took his first antelope, and it was a young buck. And he got him spot and stalk, 54 yards, and you know he was super happy with him. It was his first buck, but he was a really young buck. And now he got bit by the bug. He really wanted to get a good one, so I've had the opportunity to take several antelope with my bow, and I figured I'd let him have most of the opportunities.
Those are mean, but he's looking up this way. He might have just caught a glimpse of me, but he's straight down, literally straight down. I have no clue how the yardage is though. No clue, because I can't eat that tall. Grass is too tall.
So we were pretty much doing, Frank would get 2 stalks and I would get 1. And if you've hunted antelope before with a bow, you know it's a numbers game. The more stalks you get in, eventually they're going to make a mistake and you're going to do the right thing and you're going to get one.
Stupid.
Frank busted his butt on this hunt. Him and Levi snuck within range of a lot of good bucks. And really, they just couldn't make it happen. And it was unfortunate because the main reason why I'm bringing this up is because they created a lot of opportunities to shoot one. But he just wasn't ready mentally or physically with the bow leading up to this hunt. Hi, welcome to the Days in the Wild Quick Tip, brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and my hometown dealer, Van Chevrolet. This is just a little quick thing that I like to do, and it's saved me a lot of heartache over the years, is I like to, when I get up in a tree stand or just before I go make a stalk, I like to get myself an arrow and load it in my bow, get it set up, and just draw it back and check to see if everything is aligned and make sure everything is where it was, you know. Just like right now, my peep didn't turn all the way. You know, stuff can happen. You know, it might have been perfect when you put it in the box yesterday after practicing, but bouncing around, some things can get messed up. You know, you might not notice if your sight's off, but just stuff like the peep or your release might fail. I've had that happen before. That's why I keep a second release in my backpack. Just little stuff like this will save you heartache and improve your chances in the long run. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you out in the field. By the fourth day of not having any luck with getting into range on muleys, I decided I was going to make a serious effort and try to put some meat in the freezer and tag a pronghorn. We spotted this buck up nearly 2 miles away working a small group of does below these bluffs, and it looked like a perfect scenario if we could just get there in time. They're laying down. You see the second knob right here? Yeah, they're straight down from it. They're laying down, they're facing out that way. It's gonna be a long shot though.
What do you think, about 80?
I have no clue. We'll have to figure out when we get there. See, I think we have to drop. We should drop off here and stay behind this berm, and then come back over the top. So we made a mad dash using the terrain to conceal our movements. I had marked a landmark in my mind where they had been bedded, and we were making the final approach to peek over the ridge to make a play when 2 of the does popped over about 100 yards to my left. A couple more does popped over, and then he followed. I ranged the does at 70 yards, and when he came over, I started counting his steps because I knew if he stopped, I wouldn't have much time to range. Got him. 85 yards, baby. I hit him square in the shoulder, and it punched through the first lung, but I could see the arrow didn't have really good penetration. But he only ran about 100 yards before he laid down. Even though he was mortally wounded, I knew I could sneak up on him and put another one in him. So where the buck laid down, I knew he was in a really good position for me to sneak up and put another arrow in him. So I peeked over and got a range, and he was laying 85 yards cordon away. I knew I could make that shot, been practicing it all year long. It's very easy to overlook the minor and insignificant, but on the mountain, it's a game of inches. Every choice has meaning, and success is in the details. Don't overlook the little things, because they're often what matter most. Choose wisely. Tenzing. Go further, hunt longer. Go down, baby. Go down. It's crazy. So we're putting a stalk on this group of antelope we spotted up way back. Took us about 20 minutes to get back in here.
and we're coming over to just peek over where I think they're at. And all of a sudden I see a doe pop her head over the top. And I'm like, oh crap. I ranged her up real quick and she was 125 yards. So there was two of them, and they went over first. And I said, we gotta move forward quick because he's gonna come following up. Sure enough, we closed the distance about 40 yards. He popped over about 70. I ranged him up when he came over and he started walking away, and he was just focused on the does. And I just started counting the steps. I counted them. Like, he turned broadside, 85 yards. I said to myself, let it fly. I hit him good, but I hit him kind of square in the shoulder, so the penetration wasn't super good. He ran about 100 yards and laid down, bent down over here. And I just came and put the finisher in. There's blood trail right here. This is where he bailed off. Hold off right here. He's bleeding pretty good through here. There he is. Arrow's still sticking out of him. Jeez, look at this. He painted that. How much blood is on that? Those schwackers, look at the answer already had him on the blood. Schwacker, baby. Nice. Not my best. Definitely not by far, but his cutter's above his ears, and that's a good rendition right there of a buck. That was my first shot. Like I said, I kind of hit him square in the shoulder, so the penetration wasn't that good. But he only went about 100 yards and laid down. Just gave us the opportunity to stick a second one in him. And that's all she wrote. Now it's time.
Hey, I'm not perfect. At least you know I'm honest and I show you guys my hunts as they unfold. I try to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, so you can learn from my mistakes and my successes. Sometimes things don't go as you envision them. Actually, in hunting, most of the time, they don't go as you envision them. That's why you've got to be prepared for the unexpected and adapt and overcome. You make a mistake or a bad call, you owe it to that animal to make it right. Thank you for sharing this hunt with me and my crew. Until next time, we'll see you out in the field.